Hello, my name is Emike Oyemade, and I'm so super excited to share my devotion with you for this week. My devotion today is a question I'm putting to you. Who is Jesus to you? Who is Jesus to you? Now, when you want to describe who somebody is to you, you are not just going to describe him or her based on who you see, based on what they're wearing, or based on somebody else's opinion concerning them, or even based on what somebody else has told you about that person. When you want to describe someone that you really know, you're going to describe that person based on the relationship that you have had with that person, or the relationship that you are having with that person. Now, if you describe the person based on the relationship, you give the impression that, well, you really know this person. And so, for instance, okay, he likes to eat fish, he likes to wear red. Now, that is as a result of a relationship. He likes to sleep by the edge of the bed. That's a result of a relationship. Do you know that that is how intimate God wants us to know him? God wants us to know him firsthand. He doesn't want us to know him based on the opinion of other people, based on what we think, based on what we assume. He wants us to know him personally by the way he reveals himself to us. Now, that's what my devotion is for today. The Bible says in Matthew 16, verse 15, Jesus was the one asking Peter this question. He says, "But what about you?" He asks. That's Jesus asking. "Who do you say I am?" Now, let me just backtrack a bit. You may read the whole passage by yourself so it gives you an understanding of what we're talking about. Now, this was Jesus who asked his disciples, "Who do men say that I am? Who do everybody, what are they saying about me?" And the disciples were quick to answer that question, Peter especially. And then he comes to Peter and says, "But who do you say I am?" What he was just trying to do there is, everybody may have an opinion about me, but you, Peter, who's been with me this long, what's your opinion about me? My dear friend, what is your opinion about Christ? Is your opinion about what your pastor said, what people around you have said, or what your circumstance have said? I tell you the truth. The opinion you have about him based on the relationship that you've had about him will affect how you will value your relationship. You must know that after now, did Peter offend Christ? He did, when he lied that he didn't know him. 3 times he lied against him, but afterward, Peter was reinstated. Why do I use that language? Because before then, Peter had a personal revelation of who this Christ is. And so it wasn't based on anything that he had heard. If you do not have a personal relationship and encounter, so you can have a personal opinion about this God, when circumstances come, you will not be able to stand. When the issues of life come to test your faith, you will not be able to stand, because you're going to be saying that, but they said, God can do this, God can do that. But do you really believe God can do it based on the fact that you've had a personal encounter? My friend, that personal encounter only comes from the place of studying, being in a place with him. Church is good, church activity is good, but you will never get a lasting encounter until you come to that place where it is you and God. I encourage you, my friend, as you step into this week, make deliberate effort to create time for God, where it is just you and him alone, so you can hear his heartbeat and do exactly the way he wants you to do. Till I come your way again next week with more interesting devotion, stay victorious with a good opinion of him.